This is TWiT.
There was a piece in a couple of titles. Google sort of hasn't said anything official on this point, but has leaked it to some friendly media people who it knows just to, I think, float some trial balloons about once again trying it with messaging. Now, we've seen over the years Google try an awful lot of things with messaging, lots of different apps all over the place, then trying to merge them, then splitting them apart. Mike, Google, should they just stop trying to do messaging? It's not going to happen for them.
No, they should keep trying. And in fact, this latest move, which is being portrayed in the press as, oh, here's another thing in messaging from Google. This isn't another thing. This is the thing that Google's been working behind the scenes on for many, many years, and it's a very positive thing. And here's what essentially we're talking about. SMS has been with us forever. SMS stands for Short Message Service. It's basically, long story short, it's something that already existed. It was a channel that already existed.
It was an engineering function.
Yeah. Exactly. And they said, let's use this. It's free for the carriers, and yet we can charge for it. It's free money.
Well, only in the US. In Europe, you got it for free.
Yeah.
One of the things coming over here was just like, hang on, you're charging me for SMS? It's ridiculous. But yeah, I mean, so how are they actually building that into the new messaging client that you can see?
Well, basically what they're doing is Google's been working on this replacement for SMS, which is RCS, and RCS is problematic as a news. In the old days, you could build standards. There weren't a million multi-billion-dollar corporations all trying to get advantage in new standards, and so you could just have a single standard. The internet was built on these single standards, and that's why it all works together, whereas nowadays it's very difficult. So Google's actually been doing the right thing for a change. They've been exercising their heft and leadership to get all the carriers to buy into RCS, to a single type and implementation of RCS that will make it interoperable. Because again, without somebody like Google, you can see moving from SMS to RCS and then going back to the days when you had to be on the same carrier, multiple incompatible versions, and it's a big nightmare and it wouldn't work. And so RCS, just to be clear, is not something that will function like SMS. It's a feature, it's a technology that's built into the apps. So any app could support the Google implementation of RCS. You need a phone to support RCS. You need the carrier to support RCS. Right now, RCS exists, but nobody uses it because you need perfect alignment. Both parties need the phone, the app, and the carrier.
And it's still lacking in encryption. No end-to-end
exactly.
encryption.
This is not iMessage. And so iMessage or any number of other messaging apps have end-to-end encryption, but they have the flaw that not everybody supports it. So only iPhone users can use take advantage of it. If I send, which I do commonly, if I send a message to somebody who uses Android, well, that is not encrypted. The pictures and videos are dumbed down and become low quality. There's all kinds of problems with it. So this is a best case scenario for a leader like Google to get everybody singing from the same hymn book for the future of the SMS replacement. It's in general a very good thing. Their history with apps is a very bad thing, but this is actually a very good thing.
Yeah. Doubtful though. I think RCS is probably dead. Is flogging a dead horse. The carriers don't want it. The people in the telco industry who monitor this sort of thing basically can't see. There's certain technical challenges around RCS. You're asking the telcos to go out and replace all of their base stations, and to not only keep the SMS functionality, but to layer RCS over the top. And there's no money attached to it. So for these telcos to go and implement RCS, where's the money that they're going to get from supporting this new service? And there is none, because SMSs are basically free. So why would they go out and deploy this RCS? The technology behind RCS is actually pretty rubbish. People don't like it very much. There's not too many products out there that make it work. And then the final thing is that getting everything right. So it's one of these network effects. Once everybody's got RCS, then it becomes useful. And yes, it would be, I agree with you, Mike, that it would be a very good thing to replace SMS with the rich communication services, which starts, allows SMS to look like it's something from 2010 instead of like 1999. But I don't, and have a universal messaging platform that's not linked to somebody like Apple's iMessage or Facebook Messenger or WhatsApp or whatever it is. But I just don't see telcos globally coming together to implement RCS in their networks to replace SMS when there's no money attached to that service, where there's no value add, there's nothing that drives customers, and there's nothing that improves the customer experience. So that even then they would, there's just nothing that brings the carriers into joining this.
Well, except they don't want to be left out. In fact, 55 carriers have already signed up for it, including AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, Sprint, Rogers, and Orange.
Yep.
So the major ones have already.
They all sign up for it, but they never deploy it. They've signed up for hundreds of these things over the years.
So, Dwight, you're getting in there, Dwight. So
yes. So one of these, I mentioned this Galaxy S9. The review unit I got came from Samsung. So it's an AT&T phone, but it didn't come from AT&T. But even just coming from Samsung, it has already on it 2 messaging services. If this had come from AT&T, it would have their messaging service on it as well. And so there's no guarantee that you put one more messaging service on it that anybody's going to use it over any of these others. I have a friend of mine who just switched from iPhone to the Samsung Galaxy S8, and he came to me and said, "So which one of these messaging things is the one that talks to other people?" And I said, they have their features where they will do things if they talk to the same messenger, but they'll both do SMS. And so there's no guarantee that if you put yet another Android chat thing on here, that people who are already using what they have are going to use it. And so even if it's as wonderful as Mike hopes it is, there's no guarantee that users will actually pick it up and use it.